What's going on, guys? Dwayne here with my investment journey, and I am back again. In this video, I'm going to be investing $5,000 with VUG, which is Vanguard Growth ETF. This is an ETF that I already own, but I do want to take the opportunity to bring my average cost down lower than what it is currently, because the stock market is quite down at the moment. And so this is a great opportunity to purchase an ETF such as VUG, which I already own, which will give me a bigger position and, more importantly, average my cost per share down lower. So that's what we're talking about in this particular video. But hey, if you're new to the channel, once again, my name is Dwayne with My Investment Journey, and on this channel I talk about how to start investing in the stock market, and I show you my investment journey. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Okay, so right now we have on the screen my portfolio, and as you guys can see, it's currently up right now. At the making of this video, I feel like an absolute loser because I should have purchased these shares a little earlier today, but such is life, and timing the stock market is always interesting. And by interesting, I mean you get lucky if you time it the way you want. All right, so I'm going to open up VUG here in a separate tab, and then I will purchase some shares right here. I'm just going to purchase in shares, which is $5,000. So right now, my average cost per share is $286.02. And right now, VUG is trading for $277.91. So I'm just going to go ahead and purchase right now, even though I know that the stock market has currently gone up, especially this ETF as well. As you can see, earlier today it was at 273, then back here is at 272, but that's okay. Overall, it's still cheaper than what my average cost is, which once again is $286.02. All right, $286.02. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy right here. At the top right of the screen, it has invest in dollars. You can do dollars or you can do shares. If you click on this, it'll give you the option. So I'm going to just spend $5,000 with VUG. It's kind of funny. I don't invest a lot over time consistently. So like I see that there's an opportunity here to buy because the price is a lot lower, not a lot lower, but lower than it was when I purchased. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on review order. So it's telling me maybe 17.9 shares. We'll click on review order. I'll click on buy. It's going to purchase. Cool. So we just grabbed some shares here, as you guys can see. So it says at the top, VUG purchased, and then it says amount invested, $5,000. Shares that they were able to grab is 17.99 shares. And my cost is $286.02. That's going to change in just a second. And my average cost per share was $277.83. Once again, my average cost was at $286.02. Now it's at $283.56. So I was able to bring my average cost down a little bit. Once again, it was $286.02. It is now $283.56. And this is a good opportunity. This is a good example of how you can invest in the stock market and take advantage of certain things when the stock market is low or the price per share is lower. So with VUG, because VUG has several hundred companies in that particular ETF, I think it makes sense to grab some shares because it's an ETF. It's not a direct company that I'm only purchasing, a bunch of shares, $5,000 worth of shares with one company. This ETF is diversified, and that's why it's attractive for me to grab some more shares. As a matter of fact, there's 282 companies right now in this particular ETF, and the top 10 companies in this particular ETF are Apple is number one, Microsoft, Amazon, Alphabet Class C, which is Google, Tesla, Meta Platforms, which is Facebook, Alphabet Class C, which is also Google again, Nvidia, Home Depot, and Visa. So all of these companies, these top 10 companies, are companies that we all know, and these are big companies in the United States. So for me, I do have a huge position with Apple and Tesla. So every time I purchase some of VUG, I also purchased VGT. I am buying a little more of Apple and a little more of Tesla, even though I have invested in that particular company individually. And that's okay. But like I said, this particular ETF, which is VUG, has 282 different companies. And that is why I chose to invest the way that I did. I did not decide to buy an individual stock, even though I could have done that and just make me have a larger position. So right now, this particular ETF is now 6% of my portfolio, which is really good. And that's kind of what I wanted to do because Apple and Tesla is a huge chunk of my portfolio. So I, in a way, am trying to diversify my portfolio a little bit more, even though it's not a lot. Okay. So right now, of course, you can see that the prices are kind of going up. My portfolio is going up, as you guys can see. I just deposited about $12,000 in my account. I made a video talking about that. And then of course, now I have spent, since I deposited $12,000, I've spent $10,000. So I've made two separate videos, which one was VGT and now this is VUG, where I spent $5,000 with VGT and another $5,000 with VUG. And once again, the reasoning behind that is because that $5,000 is pretty much diversified because it's invested in over 200 companies with VUG, and with VGT, it's over 300 companies. So I think that's a really good way to kind of invest. It just makes sense, and that's exactly what I decided to do. Now, of course, I know that I could have waited because, of course, you see it went up here. My portfolio went up. $277,000. It was up $4,000. And I knew that eventually it's going to come down a little bit because that's what the stock market does. But, you know, so much for time in the stock market. Sometimes you need to just invest. And sometimes it's actually better to just invest consistently. And what I mean by that is you just consistently invest $1,000 into the stock market, not $1,000, $100 a month into the stock market, or 200 or 500 or however much you can invest. You just continue to buy shares and don't necessarily worry about what the price is. That's one way to do it. Or you can do it how I am just doing it now in front of you guys. The fact that I waited and of course kind of letting my money kind of grow so that I can take advantage of an opportunity like this, where the price of this particular ETF or certain stocks are lower than what my average cost was. One of the main reasons I didn't grab shares of like Apple and Tesla is because my average cost is lower than what it's trading for right now. So I didn't see it so much as a bargain, like, yo, let me jump on this right now because this is a steal. With the particular ETF VUG, once again, my average cost was $286.02, and I saw this as an opportunity to grab some shares because it was trading for almost $10 less than my average cost. So in this scenario, I think that I win. Now, of course, if the stock market continues to go down and the price for that particular ETF drops all the way down to 250 or 260, I'm going to say to myself, I should have waited. But that's the thing with the stock market. You can never really time it just perfectly. And you can drive yourself nuts trying to figure that out. So the best thing to do is you can continue to invest a little over time. Or if you want to try to wait and save your money and see if you can get lucky for something that you may already have a position in. Like I already had a position with VUG. And I pretty much got lucky. It's not like I knew for a fact the price was going to go down below what my average cost is. All right, that's going to be pretty much it for this video. Be sure to give the video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe to the channel and click that notification bell. Turn it to all so that you get all the notifications, which means all the notifications for the videos once I upload them. All right, once again, my name is Dwayne with My Investment Journey, and I approve this video. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.